Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Today's question comes from a gentleman who has started a company, and he wants to offer house cleaning jobs to people who are going through second chances. Second chances are, let's say that you've been incarcerated for something minor. You didn't kill anybody, but maybe you had some problems that left you incarcerated. Now you're out of prison and you are looking for another job. And he came to me and he said, hey, isn't this a great idea? I can help these people get back on their feet and back into the workforce. Okay, that's a huge concern to me for this reason. I don't know what the committed crimes were. I don't know why that person was incarcerated. But a lot of times when it's not a serious crime, there's usually some ethics that have been involved. And so when you're looking at bringing a perfect stranger into a client or a customer's homes, what you're looking at is the character of the person. Usually innocent people do not end up in jail. And so if you end up in jail for something, you're usually guilty of something. And I don't want to point any fingers. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to blast the people that have gone to jail for whatever reason. That's not my job. That's not my intention here. But what I do want to suggest as the owner of a company offering second chances, there are probably other businesses that are better suited for second chances than house cleaning. When you are house cleaning, you are inside the privacy of someone else's home. And along with that comes lots of family photos. You know the layouts of the kids' bedrooms and of the house, and you know where they keep their valuables. And sometimes people leave money lying around on the dressers or on the bookshelf or something like that. If you have a character that's not very strong, it might put you in a situation where you would be tempted to take that money that doesn't belong to you. Or maybe you would take something of value that doesn't belong to you that you can turn around then and hawk at a pawn shop. If you are a predator of some sort, and we don't know, like I said, we don't know why these people have been incarcerated, but if there's a predator, you do not want that predator inside someone's home where they know the layout of the family's house and they have an alarm code to get in, or they have a key to the house, or they know where the customer keeps the key hidden outside. Those are all really bad reasons and high risks to put someone from a second chance inside the home of a customer that completely trusts you. And so as we hire people, yes, it's very important that we do background checks and that we do drug checks, and that we make sure that the people we've hired are actually cleared to go inside someone else's home. Now, a lot of these things we don't think about until it's too late. I had a particular instance in one of my companies where we were working in tandem with another company. And between the two companies that were working there simultaneously, and it's a long story, but one was doing fire and flood restoration while the other one was doing cleaning. So there were two companies there at the same time, and a diamond ring went missing. And so they called our company and said, is it you? And I said, it is possible. I don't want to say no, because even though I would say no, we would never do that. Are you 100% sure? I mean, there are parents that have raised their kids in the church. They've been great parents, and their kids grow up and steal and do drugs and all kinds of weird stuff. You never really even know the people that live in your same house. And so when you hire another employee to come in, even if they've never been incarcerated and they have no history of theft, it is possible someone is in a bind and they're not making enough money, or they blew their money on gambling, or they're in debt or whatever. It is possible that they stole something. So in our company, we got to the bottom of it. No, none of us took it. We searched all of our cleaning caddies. We looked through everything there. No, none of us took it. And so for me and my company, what we're riding on is times might be tough, but our reputations are far more valuable than any item you could possibly ever steal from anyone. You can recover from a stolen diamond ring. You cannot recover from a damaged reputation, right? Once that gets out and it trickles out that somebody stole something from the house, oh my goodness, there goes your business. Your customers are not going to go then refer you to other people and hope that you go steal stuff from their house. They just won't do that. And so the other company checked with all their people, Turns out that one of the guys was a recovering heroin addict, and he had stolen the diamond ring. And they had to kick in with the bonding, and they had to recover and repay for and replace that diamond ring. And so thank goodness they were bonded and insured. And it's another reason you want to be bonded, because if someone on your team does steal something, for example, you are responsible. And it always comes down to my word against their word, your word against their word. It is the customer versus the house cleaner. It's always their word against your word, right? And so you want to make sure that you are covered, your bases are covered. And if you get accused for theft, just pay it. Even if you didn't steal it, it's not an admission of stealing. What it is saying, I want to protect my reputation and I want to protect my business so much that if you accuse me of stealing, whatever the cost of this is, that's why I have bonding. I will pay it and I will make sure that this goes away, because you don't want to stretch this on. You don't want it to hit social media. It could be that one of their teenage kids stole it and traded it for something at school. You have no idea, but you have to keep your reputation in check. And so as far as second chances go, I love the concept of helping incarcerated people have second chances. I love that concept. But there might be a better suited business for that, whether it's landscaping or whether it's construction, or it might be other things where you're not inside people's homes. Inside people's homes, it's so sensitive because there are times that you're going to go to clean a house and there will be people there. So now you're talking about interacting with those people or the elderly parents or the pets, and if you don't know why that person, and oftentimes they're not going to tell you exactly why, sometimes even a background check won't tell you exactly why. I mean, on the record, it might say larceny, but you have no idea what they stole, right? You don't know what the extent of it was. You just know it was over $1,000. So you don't really know. Even if you have records, you don't really know what the person has done, and you don't know what they're capable of. And so when it comes to second chances, like I say, I love that concept, but I would be very, very careful before you hire people for second chances inside your clients' homes. Like I say, the risk is way too high, and it is not a risk you want to take as a small business owner. Unless you have bottomless pits of money where you can go to court and fight whatever it is, I recommend you not do that. All right, that's my tip for today. If you found this helpful, please pass it on. If you have suggestions or ideas or you have comments, I'd love to hear about them. You can leave them in the show notes. And if you have a question, you can head on over to askahousecleaner.com. You can ask your question there, or you can just email me, angela@askahousecleaner.com. It's so easy. Okay, cool. Until I see you again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.